He said no. Brand new player. First night in the room. 4 players left. 3 people ready to make a deal. And Susan Winters looked at everybody and said, I didn't come here to chop my first game. Fair enough. But the cards weren't finished talking yet.
She came all the way down from Hopedale, Labrador by. She wasn't driving that far to shake hands and go home with the factory settings still on.
And that became the story of these 2 nights. Tuesday, Dave refused to disappear. Wednesday, Susan refused to chop. Then I refused to die after she flopped a set. Every time the game looked settled, somebody said, not yet. Lovely day, poker enthusiast. Welcome to Sal's Scoop, episode 342. And we are getting deeper into the final stretch of season 7, but the room is not behaving like anything is ending. New players are still walking through the door. New stories are still showing up. And apparently people are becoming increasingly difficult to eliminate.
Well, that's poker. You can announce the ending all you like, but until the river agrees with you, you're only making suggestions.
We have 2 nights of action to cover, so let's start with Tuesday night at Sal's room. Turbulent Tuesday brought out 21 players. Those 21 players fired 27 rebuys, and the prize pool climbed all the way to 1980.
27 rebuys? That's not Turbulent Tuesday. That's a financial weather warning.
Apparently, Dave was almost extinct about 10 different times. Every time somebody thought he was finished, Dave found another chip, another double up, another way to hang around.
Dave was down to fumes by a chip, a chair, and whatever ancient survival instinct keeps a Newfoundland shed standing through February.
But he stayed alive, and eventually the tournament ended in a 4-way chop. Curtis, Jamie, Dave, and David. All 4 walked away happy.
2 Daves in the same chop? That's efficient. You only need to yell one name and half the payout table turns around.
And there is something I like about that story. Dave did not need to dominate the whole tournament. He did not need the biggest stack all night. He just needed to keep surviving long enough for the situation to change.
Which is also my retirement plan.
Online, Tuesday night, the 550 Step 1 had 38 entries, and I managed to scoop the ticket.
Look at you. Live poker, online poker, content creation, moving houses. You're one minor inconvenience away from becoming 6 separate people.
The 850 Step 1 brought in 24 entries, and 77 GB took that ticket. The Flop and Pop had 23 entries. That one finished with a 3-way deal. I took 66.56, Tina Chafe took 67.75, and Taller Ryan took the biggest piece at 72.69.
You lost the chip by $6.13.
I did.
Devastating. We'll start a fundraiser. Maybe get you a coffee and half a muffin.
Phil's Deep Stack Thrills had 9 entries. CS Merck scooped 27 for the win. And in the SummerSlam Step 1 nightly freebuy, Ty Rye and R Fits for Life collected the tickets. Solid Tuesday night, live and online. But Wednesday gave us the real story.
A visitor from Labrador walked in the Sal's room and immediately started disrupting the local customs.
Wednesday night, the $20 double rebuy fired with 13 players. One of those players was brand new to Sal's room, Susan Winters. Susan was sent our way by our friend Chris Jacobs. She was down from Hopedale, Labrador. She was looking for some poker action, and she got directly to work.
No orientation, no guided tour, no complimentary map of the rebuy desk. Just sat down and started applying pressure.
She mixed it up right away. She was aggressive with ace high. She was willing to put pressure on people with pairs, and it did not take long to realize she was not some rookie walking in off the street.
How could you tell?
The chip shuffle.
Ah yes, the universal warning system. When someone sits down and starts smoothly shuffling chips, that means one of 2 things. They've played a lot of poker, or they've been practicing at the kitchen table specifically to frighten Phil.
But Susan definitely had experience. You could see it in the way she handled herself. You could see it in the decisions. And you could see it in her willingness to play back at people. Eventually, we got down to 4 players. And as normally happens at Sal's room, the chop discussion began.
The traditional ceremony? 4 players remain. Somebody asks about the numbers. Everybody suddenly becomes an accountant.
3 of us were willing to make the deal. Susan was not. She said she did not come to chop her first game there. And honestly, I completely understood it. She was second in chips. She had traveled down from Hopedale. She was playing well, and she wanted to keep playing.
That wasn't stubborn. That was perfectly reasonable. She had chips, she had position in the tournament, and she had only just gotten comfortable in the chair.
Exactly. A deal only works when everybody wants it. Nobody should ever be pressured into ending a tournament. If you want to play it out, you play it out. So Susan said no, and the game continued.
Then poker began preparing the paperwork.
Susan lost one small hand. Then this hand happened. I was short stacked. Susan raised into me. I looked down at King Queen offsuit. And with my stack, there really was not much room for a speech. I moved all in.
Bold strategy. Take the 2 cards, push the chips, begin negotiating with the universe.
Susan called. She had pocket 7s. The flop came 4, 7, 10.
Set of 7s? Lovely. You're dead.
Nearly.
No. At that point, I already had your little memorial card printed. Phil St. Croix. He jammed King Queen. He meant well.
The turn was a jack. That gave me a chance. An ace or a 9 on the river would complete the straight. And the river was the ace.
Runner, Broadway.
Runner, straight. Full double up. And suddenly, the chip positions had changed. Susan now in third in chips. I offered the same 4-way deal again. Second place was only playing 150 anyway. The 4-way chop gave everybody 140. And under the new circumstances, Susan agreed.
Same deal, different moment.
That is the important part. Susan did not make the wrong decision the first time. She made the right decision for the right situation she was in. Then the situation changed. The chips changed. The risk changed. And the exact same offer made more sense.
That's poker, boy. People love saying somebody changed their mind. Sometimes they didn't. Sometimes the information changed, and they adjusted like they're supposed to.
Exactly. There is a big difference between being inconsistent and responding to new circumstances. The first time, Susan was second in chips and wanted to play. The second time, she was third in chips. The payouts were close, and the deal protected everybody. So the 4-way chop was made. Susan, Brian, Dianne, and me, $140 each. Everybody walked away happy.
And Susan's first night at Sal's room ended with a piece of the money. A proper poker story, and proof that Phil can still hit a river when absolutely necessary.
Welcome to Sal's room, Susan. It was great having you, and thank you to Chris Jacobs for sending her our way. That is how a poker community keeps growing. One introduction, one new chair filled, one new person becoming part of the story.
And one local man getting there on the river after being approximately 94% dead.
Online, Wednesday night was busy as well. Samar won the daily free buy. Dylan Hillier took the 850 Step 1 ticket. Z-Rex won the ticket from the 550 Step 1. The nightly 550 Step 2 had 16 entries. Iceman finished runner-up for $36, and Trainer won the 60 seats for Sunday.
Trainer is going to Sunday, Iceman got paid, and somewhere, Maverick is still waiting for clearance.
Silly Willy also won the nightly free buy. So congratulations to all of Wednesday's winners. And that brings us to tonight.
Thursday, the night everyone confidently explains how they would have played Wednesday's hands.
Tonight at Sal's room, the Thursday edition of the $20 double rebuy begins at 7:30. It is a $20 buy-in with $20 rebuys and a $20 add-on. Simple structure, affordable game, and based on the last few nights, probably not a simple ending.
Bring $60, bring your patience, and bring enough emotional stability to watch somebody hit an ace on the river.
Online tonight, the daily free buy SummerSlam Step 1 is at 2 p.m. Then the 550 and 850 Step 1s begin at 5. SummerSlam Step 2 runs at 6. PLO game starts at 7. The 550 and 850 Step 2s go at 8. The Flop and Pop starts at 8:30. At 9 we have Phil's Deep Stack Thrills and the SummerSlam Step 3. 9:30 is the nightly free buy, the SummerSlam Step 1. And at 10 o'clock, Rylan's Jam Smash Crash closes out the night.
A full evening of opportunities to become Dave, nearly dead, somehow alive, and eventually involved in a deal.
And if you just found me and you're wondering how to get into the online games, we play on Club GG. It's one word. Download the Club GG app, create your account, and search for club number 637546. That is Sal's Click and Chips. Join the club and send me a message so I know who you are. We'll get you pointed in the right direction.
Easy game, boy. Come play some cards with us. But be warned, apparently no is now a major part of the vocabulary.
Tuesday, Dave would not disappear. Wednesday, Susan would not accept the first ending offered to her. Then one turn and one river card changed the entire conversation. That is the thing about poker. You can believe the story is finished. You can start counting the payouts. You can even begin mentally packing up your chips. But until the final card is dealt, the game still has permission to change everything.
And sometimes the strongest decision at the table is simply, no, not yet.
She said no. The cards kept coming. And when the facts changed, the decision changed with them. That is not weakness. That is poker. I'm fucking Phil. You've been watching Sal Scoop. Thanks for watching. See you on the felt, and run good, you legend.